Land in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of tea. Green tea is my choice of drink right now. I have my fan going, so it's blowing my blowing that piece of paper. All right, let me just make sure I'm online here. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Let's see here. Okay, looks like let me see here. Looks like I'm online. Looks like I'm online here. Man, we've been having some power outages here in Numancia. It hasn't been like long power outages, but I think one of them was like maybe 2 hours long. For me, that's pretty long. It depends on the time of the day when the power outages hits too. You know, it's like when it hits like in the afternoon, like after lunch, man, it is just hot. You know, it's hot without the fans, without your AC in the house. And I would say for like the past 2 days, we probably had three power outages. One that lasted about 2 hours, and the two other ones lasted about an hour each. We're just getting a lot of power outages right now because here in Visayas, there's a shortage. There's a shortage of electricity. You know, it's like I guess they were spent too much electricity during the summer months. They actually put like there's a yellow, red being danger. We're in yellow right now, saying that possibility of more power outages here in our area. Merle, hey, good morning, Mr. Boracay. Mr. Boracay right there, Merle. Alberto Sanchez said hello. Hello, Alberto. Joe Cano, good morning, Joe, my brother Joe Cano. Aloha. Just completed my morning walk up the mountain. All right, all right. Now, I just finished my morning walk also. That's why it took me a little bit. I thought I was going to be done around 6:30, but I was like, "Ooh, dang, man!" I got carried away with my morning walk this morning. But that is awesome, man. Up the mountain, walking up the mountain, Derek. That is amazing. That is amazing. Hello from Phoenix. All right, Kahana, Kahana. I used to live in Tucson, Arizona, so I know all about Phoenix, and I know this time of the year. Let's say what is it? June. We're starting to get there, right? For the summer months. The summer months in Tucson is like July and August. So I'm sure it's pretty warm there already in Phoenix, Arizona. Here in the Philippines, we just got done with summer. Summer is over. Summer vacation for the kids is over. We are now in the Habagat season. Habagat season is monsoon season here. So similar to monsoon in Arizona. I know you know about monsoon. Kehana, 105, yeah, 105. Yeah, I remember, man. Like I said, I lived in Tucson, Arizona. It's the same thing where, when it's monsoon in Arizona, just a big downpour, right? All the different washes, they accumulate so much water, flash flood, water coming down the mountains. It's just a lot of water. Same thing happens here during Habagat. Like if you live like in the Metro Manila area of the Philippines during Habagat, it will downpour for an hour. Sometimes 2 hours it'll downpour. Next thing you know, you're like in waist-high water in the streets of Manila. It's just the way it is. There's certain streets in Manila, like España being one of them, a few areas in Quezon City. It doesn't take much to like flood those areas. But the flood goes away fast. Same thing in Arizona. It's a flash flood. Sometimes it'll drag vehicles, right? It'll like, if there's people crossing those washes, it'll drag vehicles. But after the downpour, couple of hours, the water's gone. Same dynamic that happens here with monsoon. Yeah, right there, monsoon area. I remember monsoon in Arizona. But the same time, same time. Here we are now in Habagat, monsoon in the Philippines also. All right. Speaking of weather, let me go ahead and hit the weather here. Here in Numancia, it is already warm. Man, this morning when I walked, it's already like 86. It's 86. It feels like 86 degrees already. No coolness in the air at all. You know, it's like humid outside. It didn't even take me like 10 minutes walk and I'm already perspiring in the humidity. The humidity is pretty intense right now. The weather here in the Philippines, there's actually the number five typhoon in the Philippines. It's in the Philippine Area of Responsibility. 3 a.m. as of 3 a.m. this morning, Tropical Depression Esther starts with the letter E. That's why it's the fifth. So we already have five typhoons this year already here in the Philippines. 220 kilometers northwest of Igbayat, Batanes. Batanes is like in the northern tip of Luzon. If you look at the map of the Philippines, it's like at the top. So we're not affected here. I mean, we got sunshine here this morning. A little cloudy, there's clouds, but I can see the sunshine here in Numancia, Aklan. But in the area of northern Luzon, Batanes area, they have a tropical depression Esther. Typhoon number five for this year in the Philippines. That's why it's in Batanes, it says rains with gusty winds caused by tropical depression Esther. The rest of the country, pretty much the rest of the country, partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers because it's Habagat. So two weather phenomena has happened. My dog Khalil is trying to grab something there. Khalil is sitting here with me this morning. All right. Skating Geezer, all right, my good friend in Ormoc City. Good morning, Skating Geezer. Wow, I'm here early. You're here early, man. It's not even 7 a.m. You're here early already on the live stream. Are you Visayas? Yes, I live in Visayas. Numancia, Aklan is in Western Visayas. If you're asking if I'm Visaya, if I'm a local, no, I'm not. I'm not from the Visayas region. I was born and raised in Manila. When I was 12 years old, I moved to the United States, lived in the United States for over 30 years, and then came back here to retire back in 2011. I've been retired here in Aklan province now for 15 years. I assume you won't be streaming with Streamlike. No, I don't have StreamYard. I don't have StreamYard, Derek. That would be something I would have to install on my laptop, and I have a pretty old laptop, so I don't trust it. If I install something on my laptop, it might not work anymore. If I put something on my laptop, and usually I'm not really. I don't do a lot of collaborations on live streams. I join them, when James and I don't mind, if they invite me. Like I got an invitation, so I joined the live stream. But I usually just do this, man. I just do the morning live every other day. I'm actually thinking of making it maybe every 3 days now. I'm debating because. I'm getting so busy, man. I'm like answering messages this morning from people wanting to move here to Panay Island. So I might have to lessen my live streams instead of adding. I assume you won't be streaming. Yeah. So if anything, I might reduce the amount of live streams that I do. Maybe every 3 days, maybe I'll think about it. Right now I'm able to manage it because when I get up in the morning, I have to do my morning walk. Before my morning walk or after, I'm like answering people's messages. Sometimes I take calls from people. I do a video call. People call me in the morning, so I'm pretty busy. I'm getting pretty busy with our YouTube channel, so I don't want to overwhelm myself. So that's why I'm thinking of reducing the live streams that I do. Right now, I'm doing every other day. Not too bad, but I might have to start doing it every 3 days. That way, twice a week. That's easier for me to manage. Yesterday, I walked Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw your Merle. He walked from Diniwid Beach, and this time of the year because of Habagat. I actually did a video like that, Merle, where I had my GoPro and I was like traversing the water and trying to get on that walkway because the walkway from Diniwid Beach going to Station One this time of the year is flooded. It's underwater. You can still get to Station One, but you gotta swim. You gotta swim to Station One on some portions, and but it's all fun. I know Merle is having a great time because when I was there, man, that's like the fun part. The fun part is like less tourists this time of the year in Boracay. That summer is now over. It was a good cardio workout. Then I bought 2 grilled hot dogs for dinner. Life sa beach. Thank you. All right. Thanks to you. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome, my brother. I'm glad I know you're having a blast. I know you're having, I can only imagine your days in Boracay, man. It's just, I know as you're having an amazing time in Boracay. And Merle, he's a resident now of Boracay. He's staying in Boracay for good. That is his retirement destination. To me, that's like, man, you cannot top Boracay as far as like the retirement destination. And for people that argue that say Boracay is expensive, yes, it's expensive. Boracay for tourists, especially if you're staying at the hotels, eating at restaurants. But Merle right here, he is retiring in Boracay Island on $1,000 a month budget, including his housing, including his apartment, furnished apartment on Diniwid Beach. 5-minute walk to Diniwid Beach. He's on Boracay Island. He is living in paradise for $1,000 a month budget. Derek, Lipa City is in Batangas. Yes, I know. Did somebody mention Lipa City? I'm like, did somebody mention Lipa City? I know. Lipa City is in Batangas. Aklan, that is Boracay area. I've been there. Yeah, we're Boracay. I'm like an hour and 15 minutes to Katiklan. I can get to Boracay in about an hour and a half if I wanted to. Twice or once a week is fine. Yeah, that's what I was figure. That's what I figure, Derek. I might move to that. So don't be surprised if I lessen the amount of live streams that I do. Just because, like I said, I'm becoming busy with other things that I do on YouTube. I actually can't, before I was able to focus on videos, like I used to make videos, TRICARE videos, information videos where I sit here. I have notes. I deliver it with all the facts, all the information. But I haven't been able to do that because of the live stream. So I might have to lessen the live stream so I can do more informational videos. Kahana, what is a real budget in Pinas? It just depends on you. The budget in the Philippines depends on each individual. I mean, Merle, he can live on $1,000 a month on Boracay. There's people that live in BGC and spend $4,000 or $5,000 a month. So it depends on your lifestyle. It's hard for me to answer that question. I would have to know how you are. That's why oftentimes people call me. They call me audio call, sometimes video call. I do video calls. I don't never charge. I've been doing YouTube for over 4 years. I've never charged anybody. And I do it. I do the video calls. I get to know you. And then if you're really interested in the Philippines, I can make suggestions, recommendations. Different people look for different things here in the Philippines. Some people like living in the city. It's like they like SNR. They like the big malls. They want that Western style lifestyle. So the city fits them. Then there's people that don't like the city, don't like to be around people. So it just depends. It depends on what you are looking for. It's hard to pinpoint a realistic budget. There's many budget videos out there about the Philippines, but I think unless you're on boots on the ground, you're here already, you're experiencing it, that's really when you're gonna find out your budget. A lot of times what I've noticed with people, they move here, they got this pre-budget before they arrive in the Philippines. They secure housing here in the Philippines, and then they get here. The first 3 months usually they spend a little bit more because they're still adjusting. They're still adjusting. If you're coming from America, you're used to tipping in America, right? You want to tip the taxi, you want to tip the tricycle, you want to tip restaurants. You just spend more. The first 3 months here, you're not yet on the Filipino. Filipino is not here in the Philippines. This is not a tipping culture. Most Filipinos, you'll never see a tip. And a lot of the waiters in restaurants and whatnot, they know that they're not going to get a tip. Some restaurants, the high-end restaurants now, they're putting the service charge on your bill. So you got to watch out for that when you're eating at restaurants in the Philippines. Like me, if they put service charge on my bill, I ain't tipping. They're already tipped, they already decided to. But when I eat and there's no service charge, depending on the service, I might tip. But it's not a big thing here. Tipping, this is not a tipping culture. It's not like in the U.S. where I was a waiter. I worked as a waiter before in the United States. Your earnings is below minimum wage when you're a waiter in the U.S. So you live on the tips, right? In the Philippines, there's a minimum wage for the servers and all that. No matter, it's a standard. Like in the province, it could be, I think it's about 450 pesos now, about $8 now in the province. In Manila, I think 700, 800 now, higher in Manila. So they're already getting paid. The waiters, they're not working for tips as waiters here. That is the difference. I don't like city life. I'm single and like to chill. All right, Canada. If you want to contact me, you can contact me, man. My contact information, look at any of our videos. My WhatsApp is in there. My email is in there. My messenger is in there if you want to contact me. And if you're serious about moving to the Philippines. Easy. You're single, man. For single guys, man, the Philippines is, to me, for a single person moving here, is ideal. It's like the dating scene here in the Philippines, definitely 100 or 100 times better than the dating scene in the United States. In the U.S., it's hard to date in the U.S. Because women, they want you to have a lot of money. They want you to have a nice car. What kind of job do you have? Here in the Philippines, any job is a bonus. And as a foreigner, as somebody coming from another country, you're already ahead of the game here. A lot of Filipinas are looking for their afam. A lot of Filipinas, that's a prize person here, an afam, because it changes many Filipinas' life here when they meet an afam. JP Calibo, my brother. Hey, JP Calibo, good morning in the posse. This shirt, JP got me this shirt, the Panay Posse shirt here. And JP, you're headed, right? You're headed to Batangas today. So that's going to be awesome, man. JP's going to take Blue Arrow. Blue Arrow is Aerox 155cc motorbike. He's going to ride from Calibo on Blue Arrow all the way to Caticlan, get on the ferry, 12-hour ferry with this motorbike. He'll land in Batangas after 12 hours and be riding in Batangas. New territory for JP to explore in Batangas. Derek, how is the weather in Lipa City? Derek's he's in Leyte, southern Leyte. I'm sure we can do like AccuWeather. Do the AccuWeather. I'm sure it's sunny. The typhoon Esther, tropical depression Esther, is in northern Luzon. Batangas is southern Luzon, so you should be okay. But because we're on the monsoon season, JP Habagat, you know how it is. Same thing here in Calibo. Anytime it can downpour, but it's not going to be raining all day or anything like that. Alberto, that's good to learn. Yes, American tip everybody. Yeah, right? I mean, it's like everything, it's a tipping culture. And I understand that. I delivered pizza. I delivered Domino's pizza when I was there. I worked in the restaurants. Papa Dough Restaurants is a New Orleans, Louisiana restaurant. So I know it's a tipping culture because we don't get paid much. The restaurants don't pay the servers a lot of, they pay you below minimum wage because they know you're going to make money on tips. Here in the Philippines, they don't do that. They don't pay the servers below minimum wage. They're going to make minimum wage. That's why there's not an expectation for them to get a tip. But when you tip them, man, you can tip them 50 pesos. You can tip them $1 at the restaurant, or they're gonna big smile. They're gonna smile. Wow, I got a tip. It's like extra money for them. I'm not saying don't tip him, but like I'm gonna say, it's just not a tipping culture here. But when you tip the servers here, you tip anybody here, man, you're gonna get a smile. Even at the tricycle, if the tricycle charges 10 pesos, 15 pesos, and you give them a 20 and say, keep the change, they're going to smile at you. They're going to be like, wow, I never get that. Filipinos don't tip, hardly, especially here in the province. I don't see many Filipinos here tipping. Derek, my electric was $95, $22, so I can live well. Oh yeah, I know you can. I mean, Derek, your house is paid off. You don't have a mortgage. I even have a mortgage. I have a $200 mortgage here. And Mom, Liana, Dazzle, and I, we live on $1,200, and 200 of that is my mortgage. So 1,000 for the four of us. I know we live pretty good. I mean, we're always shopping at the public market. We're always in Calibo eating a restaurant. So $1,000 here in the province is a pretty good income. If you told a Filipino that live here that they can make $1,000 or 60,000 pesos a month, they'd be good. Wow, you're rich. They're gonna be doing that. Most people here, even the government workers here, that they don't make that. Government workers here will make between 15,000 to 25,000 pesos a month. I remember when Dazzle and I were working OJT. We were doing that on-the-job training right before we graduate. We were interns. At it was the agriculturist office for the province of Aklan. And I would see the payroll. Here, it's amazing, man. I can see, when the pay, I actually had hands on like people. I was knowing people's paychecks. I was like, dang, there's no privacy. But I was seeing there, man, the managers, even the managers already, management higher up in the government office, they were only making like 55,000 pesos a month, less than $1,000. And these were management people, supervising people. So I know, like, if to tell somebody here, man, that, yeah, you're making 60,000 pesos a month, that's a good earnings here in the province. Bill Meyer, good morning, Bill Meyer. Prayers, my friend. I'm learning to buy low. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be, man. Like I was saying it earlier, usually the first 3 months you're gonna spend more. You're adjusting. You're still buying a lot of products like you're used to, American products. But after, and sometimes you're bringing in your products, in your suitcase. But after you've been living here 3 months, you're gonna start buying local, whatever, meat products, produce, fruits, even like in the grocery. When you hit the grocery, you're gonna start buying lotion, shampoo, the locals ones, because you're gonna run out of what you brought here. Your American shampoo, and they cost more here. So you're gonna start using local products, and you're gonna start even saving more money. $1,000 budget. If you have your house paid off already, like Derek, man, you can live well here in the Philippines. And even for Shrep, maybe a typo, there, Alberto. I don't know what the SHREP. Kahan. Dating here in the US is a joke. The women don't know how to behave. And I've heard that for many people, Kahan, especially like I know a lot of the people that move here to the Philippines, they're older, a lot of times 50s and above. There's some that are younger, many younger people now moving, but the majority of people moving to the Philippines for good anyway, they're like 50 and above. A lot of them, they have some type of pension. It's like you can't work here, so you can't make any money here in the Philippines. So a lot of times we come here with our pension. Like me, I'm United States Air Force retired, so I have a military pension. And, when you're 50s, 60s, 70s, and you're that age, it's so difficult to date in the United States. I'm hearing for the guys that I talk to when they get here, it's like impossible almost to find somebody to date in the United States at that age. Here you can have a fresh start. You can meet. I'm gonna lower the blinds because the sun is starting to hit me here. Right. There you go. There you go. That's better. That's better. The sun can hit me here, but not on my face. So a lot of people are, they move here to the Philippines. Friends of mine, I've seen them, all of them are meeting partners here, meeting Filipino partners here, and good relationships, the Filipinas, they taking care of their the AFAM taking care of the Filipinas, so both adults, so to me, win-win for both people. Very important though that you have to pick the right Filipina. Derek, Southern Leyte, no rain today. All right, Derek. AccuWeather radar has the storm just north of Batangas. Oh, all right, all right. Just be careful. Be careful, JP. If you see weather when you get to Batangas. Man of many thoughts. Wow, I like that. I like that handle, man. That's deep, man. You're a man with many thoughts. Good morning, Gino, Robert from the Ozarks. Oh, I remember the Ozarks. I remember you've been here on the live stream before. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Shekel fan, hey, good morning, Shekel fan. Are you rooting for the Knicks or Spurs? I'm not really, I'm a Lakers fan, Los Angeles is where, so to me, it doesn't really matter, but I think I'm leaning more to the Spurs because they're young, it's like, I lived in San Antonio before, I've seen a lot of Spurs game live, I was stationed at Brooks Air Force Base for 4 years, so I caught a lot of Tim Duncan days, when Tim Duncan and Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson. I've never been to a Knicks game, so I'm more leaning towards the Spurs, but should be a great series, I'm sure. Shirley, like the longer, Shirley, like the longer. Let me read that comment again, that way, even for Shirley, okay. Euler, Alberto. Sorry. Yeah, I understand. The typos are easy, right? When autocorrect always kind of messes it up. So no worries. No, I'm 60-40 on moving permanently to Philippines. I'm 42, mechanical engineer. I'll retire at 45. Looking good, all right. Hey, that's a start, man. If you can retire at 45, I always tell people, man, if you can afford financially to retire early, to me, that's easy decision. That's an easy decision. It's like, I think the age where they give, like early, like for me, my early retirement from Social Security is 62. Man, I just think that's too old. If you wait till like 60, my full retirement is 67. I was reading an article. There was I know the life expectancy for an American, like living, it's like 76 for a male. 76 is like the life expectancy. But there's also the World Health Organization. There's also an age where they consider like the HALE, the the healthy average age for an American, it is not 76. It's what they're saying. It's like 62 and a half. It's like most Americans are 62 and a half. That's the average where you're still healthy. You don't have health issues. A lot of times, if you're nearing your life expectancy at 76, a lot of times when you got issues. You got heart issues, diabetes. You got all kinds of issues as we age. But the HALE, HALE, the abbreviation is the average healthy for Americans. It's like 62 and a half. So man, if you're retiring at 67, you already passed your average healthy living. So if you can retire early, man, I always tell people, man, as long as you can afford it. I have more questions about the banking there. Oh yeah, it's easy. Banking's easy. You can, like I said, contact me directly. A lot easier. You can email me. List down your questions, 1, 2, 3. I don't care. Ask me a dozen questions, and I answer it. That's what I do, man. I help people understand what it is like moving here to the Philippines. I've been doing this now for over 4 years on YouTube. I've been retired here in the Philippines. I retired here when I was 45 years old. I'll be 60 in August 1st. So man, it's like a month and a half. I'll be 60 years old. So I've made it work, with my military pension. I made it here with my military pension. Couple more years, I'll get my Social Security, another pension. So life's going to be really good for me in 2 years. It's good now. I can't complain. Life is good now, but it's going to be more amazing once I get my Social Security. Can foreigners open a bank? Oh yes, foreigners can open a bank account here. Once you get your ACR card, like I said, I'll answer all those questions, man, when you message me privately. Easy. I've helped many people move here to Panay Island. It's what I do. It's how I do. Merle, Mr. Boracay here. It's my latest person moving here to Panay Island, and he's loving it. He's loving life in Boracay. Join Merle, man. Go to Boracay Island. Live in paradise, brother. Good morning. Taking day off. LOL. We'll farm. Hey, that's good. That's good, man. I even was discussing earlier, Belus, my good friend, my brother in Leyte. They're the vanilla farmer from Wyoming. Man, I was even saying earlier, I might have to cut my live stream every other day, maybe every 3 days now. I'll lessen my live streams because I'm just becoming too busy answering people, helping people. So. Taking up a lot of my time. I'm also all right, baby. Thank you for your service there, my brother. USAF vet. Many retirees here, man, in the Philippines. A lot of Air Force veterans, a lot of Air Force retirees. They retire like in Luzon, in like I've seen a lot of people. They live around Angeles City. A lot in Laguna. They like to be close to the VA. There's a VA clinic. If you have disability with the VA in Manila. So a lot of them kind of live in Luzon. And then the Navy people, a lot of them live in Olongapo because the old Navy base was there before. Cool. All right. Cool, Kahana. Skating Geezer. The ferry price between Ormoc dropped from 40. Oh, nice drop. Well, gas prices are dropping. I know here in Numancia and Calibo, they're down to like 70, 72 now. So a big difference from a couple months ago or 2 months ago. It was like 105. So now we're down to 70, 72. So reasonable now. Reasonable. It's funny to read all the Filipino comments criticizing the company. I admire that they call out the unjust. The unjust. All right. Salute, Delu, salute. Iloilo, good spot for medical. Oh yeah. I was just talking to someone. They're a couple. They're Filipino American. The person was retired Navy. His wife. Both of them, with TRICARE, and I was explaining to them how Iloilo City, medical Iloilo City, Medical City Iloilo is a good TRICARE preferred hospital. All right, let me see here. Oh, dollar exchange, dollar looking good. The US dollar, 61.49. I just refreshed the page here. So actually 61.50. It went up 0.01. So 61.50 on the dollar to Philippine exchange rate. Very close to the all-time high of like 61.74, 75. So really close, really close. All right. All right, I see the Colonel. I see the Colonel. Good morning. Good morning, Colonel, and sports fans. And sports fans, Colonel. All right, good morning. Good morning. All right, let me get to my news. You know, it's like I have some new, I always try to have some news items for you. There was some drama, a little bit of drama going on with Air Asia, but it's all resolved. You know, no worries about Air Asia. Air Asia, there was a article, I saw it. It said, Air Asia Philippines continues operation despite CAAP shutdown order. There's a CAAP is the Civil Aviation Authority here in the Philippines. I guess Air Asia owed them money. You know, they owe them money for unpaid air navigation charges, landing fees, aircraft parking fees, unlimited passenger service charges. They owed like 271 million pesos. That's about $4 million plus. They owed Air Asia owed the authority here, the government here. But it's all resolved. All resolved. I saw the CEO of Air Asia. Breaking news. It says even breaking news. Air Asia Philippines averts shutdown after paying government obligations. So if you saw an article that Air Asia was in trouble here in the Philippines, the drama has been solved. You know, no shutdown of Air Asia at all. The CEO, I see the CEO maybe misunderstanding. You know, it's like, but they have paid. Air Asia had paid all the fees required. Fully operational. It did not affect any of the flights or anything like that with Air Asia. The CEO he made a point to say Air Asia is very reliable. Of course, he's the CEO. You know, it's like and I've ridden Air Asia before. I flew Air Asia before. Pretty good airlines. You know, it's like I can't say anything negative about Air Asia. So now everything. So if you see anything Air Asia, all resolved. Business as usual. Business as usual as far as Air Asia in the Philippines. It has a newsletter about moving to the Philippines. Goldfinger. Oh, that's a cool name. James Bond. Captain Brown, James Bond, right? That's pretty cool. Medical City Iloilo also direct bills. Yes, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Yep, subsidiary. Yep, they also do that for that's why it's a good hospital to go. You know, at least you don't have to worry about the financial issue. That's why I love going to Medical City Iloilo because I just pay my copay and I'm good to go. You know, it's like that's where I get my MRIs. You know, I have to do every 6 months I have to do an MRI, so I get it done at Medical City Iloilo. This week here in the Philippines, this past week, today being Friday, today, last day. Here in the Philippines, they have this thing called Brigada Escuela, school brigade. So this whole week, Monday, last day today, the public schools here, especially in the Philippines, the parents, students, they go to the school, they clean the classrooms, bathrooms, you name it. Because during the summer months, it's the public schools here, nobody was using it. It gets dusty in there, and everything. So they've been doing that all week this week, ready for school. School starts here on Monday, June 8th, for the public schools. The one thing I wanted to mention regarding, if just in case people out there got kids, here in the Philippines going to school, Department of Education reiterated this, mentioned it on this article right here. There's a Department of Education policy, no collection policy. And what that means is when you have a kid here going to public school at the brigada, they start cleaning the classrooms. Usually there's like the parents, PTA, whatever group in that classrooms, they'll start wanting to collect money, for different reasons. A lot of times, like I know for Liana schools, a lot of times the ceiling fans are broken, or the stand fans are broken, or like I've been making a habit of like donating to Liana school, like the water cooler. A lot of classrooms here don't have a water cooler for cold water, so but a lot of times the parents, somebody in the group will like collect money to buy these items for the classroom for the kids. Well, there is a Department of Education just made this announcement. Make sure that if you're a parent, because what the Department of Education is saying, they got a budget for those kind of things. The DepEd has a budget for that, so they don't want anybody in the classrooms or anything collecting money for items for the classroom. So, but a lot of times parents get pressured, right? If they're, you don't want to be the parent not donating. But there is a policy, Department of Education, no collection policy. Nobody should be collecting money from you in public school. Public school in the Philippines is completely free. So if somebody's trying to raise money for something or trying to collect money at the public school, they better get authorization from the Department of Education, because they can be in trouble. They can get in trouble for that. Derek, your yellow shirt clashing with text. Oh, it's clash. It's clash. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, man. I will not wear it anymore, Derek. Next time. I didn't know it was clashing. I didn't know that the T-shirt would clash with the text. This will be the last time I wear this shirt if it's clashing, Derek. I agree. Gas dropped about 30 pesos per liter compared to 6-7 weeks ago. Yeah, same here, man. It was like 105, man. 105 was the most I paid per liter. Now it's the last time I got gas, it was 72 from 105. Locals feel the ferry adjustment is far below the 28% drop in gas prices. Fortune! Hey, Fortune! My brother in Bacoor in Cavite. Fam and the Panay Posse. Good morning, Gino. Did my part yesterday help paint the... All right, man. That's good to hear. Good to hear, Ted. Wish they turned the fans on while I was painting. I bet. Man, I know you were sweating. Man, it's so hot right now, man. It's so hot right now. Good morning, Fortune from JP Calibo. Good AM, Merle, Joe, Derek, JP, Bill Belus. How is the weather for you, Fortune? Yeah, Fortune, JP's headed to Batangas today, man. So he's curious what the weather is in your area. Batangas and where Fortune is, Cavite, not very far from each other, JP. Good AM, Colonel Ted. Morning for how was the vacation? He hasn't left yet, Captain Ron. Fortune is going on vacation June the 12th. He's going to be going to Bohol, Panglao, Bohol. June 12th is Independence Day, Philippine Independence Day. Holiday here in the Philippines. Raining every day, JP. It's raining every day, JP. Good AM, Fortune. Saw your Asta dinner. All right, yeah. I saw that too. I saw the video. JP having dinner, the pasta. I was like, is there pasta dinner? I saw what was that, chicken Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, and then I saw like that one chicken on top of like pesto, and I think JP had like I can't remember now. I know he had pasta also, maybe with the bacon, Work from home. Oh, finally. All right. I'm glad you got work from home today, Fortune. I know that was a challenge working. I know you're used to working from home, at least splitting time, 4 days in a row on site. I'm sure that took more challenging, definitely. I have been planning on riding my motorcycle for my trip up there. However, I do not want to ride in heavy rain. For sure. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing, JP. This time of the year, this monsoon, we're in Habagat season now, JP. So, we can't do anything about the weather. It's like the chances of rain this time of the year is just higher. If you're trying to avoid traveling in the Philippines, vacationing here, coming here to the Philippines, vacation in the Philippines like February, March, April, May. Those 4 months, you get pretty high chances that you won't see rain. Drought conditions, summertime. Those are the summer months here in the Philippines. But once the month of June hits here, it just starts raining here, all the way to like November. June to November, especially July to October. That's kind of like the pocket for typhoons here. Lots of typhoons hit the Philippines. At least I would say 15, at least a dozen typhoon hits the Philippines from July, August, September, October. October being the worst. October is like the worst month here in the Philippines as far as typhoons. Fortune, gloomy, rainy weather. You might have to bring a jacket. You might have to bring a raincoat. Bring a raincoat. Carbonara. Yeah, that's it. Carbonara. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Panay Posse from Vaughan. Vaughan and Bacolod City. James and Karen. Hello, James. Good morning, everyone from James and Karen's Adventures. Fortune. We are forced to vacation in June because Maggie last day or final exams is today. All right, Maggie. All right. I know they have a different schedule for UP Diliman. Like her last day of school. Liana starts school Monday. It's like here in the province. Carbonara, yeah, looks good. They have good food there. I've eaten many times at Cafe Argon. Never been disappointed with their food. They have like sliders, even really good. I've had really good sliders there. I like their beef, ground beef quesadilla. I've had that. Fish, they have fish and chips. The fish and chips is kind of hit or miss because they use the fish like catch of the day. So before you order the fish and chips, ask them, what kind of fish are you using today? Because I don't like fish and chips when they use tuna. Tuna, when you use some fish and chip, it dries. The tuna dries. I like the dory fish. It's still moist when they fry it. The beer batter that they use on it. I always ask them, that's my favorite actually at Cafe Argon is the fish and chips. But I always ask them, what fish are you using today? Then semester break. Good AM, James and Karen. Good AM. Fortune, UP is August to December, then January to May. Finals, first week of June. That's probably good that they have a different schedule. I would think they should implement that more. That way, not all kids are in the school at the same time. It's like, I know Kalibo, man, when school starts Monday, I avoid going to Calibo between like 7 a.m. to like 8:30 a.m. It is chaos going to Calibo at during rush hour for a school day, and then in the afternoon 3:30 to 5, I try to avoid Calibo at those hours because so many kids are leaving school, traffic, so many tricycles during that time. Derek, you should schedule a trip time for live, for live. Ah, Gino and JP, I am reserved at La Casa. All right, La Casa Española. All right. JP, that's the home of JP Calibo, La Casa Española. I ended up speaking to the owner. Yeah, Filipina. Her name's Filipina, man. Awesome lady, awesome lady. A good friend of mine. But I can ask for the Casa Española event room for a get together on the 16th, if that's okay. It's up to you because I don't know. I will attend. If you have an event there, Vaughn, it's like if you want to do karaoke or anything like that. I know I will attend, but I can't speak for all the other people. It's like that's here. People are it's like. I usually try to give them a longer heads up. That way, people got their own lives. I do not want to I know Edgar, Mel, I know JP will probably be there. I think he'll be back. I think JP will be back because I know JP's headed to the Canadian Beaver. I know Ruben's not back. I know Brian and Gloria, they're getting ready to go to Houston, Texas. So, I try to schedule something when I know, they're here. More people are here. But, more, if you want to do a get together, that's up to you, man. Filipina is so helpful and friendly. She knows how to. Definitely, yeah, definitely. She's in the right industry, right? Right, JP. Filipina is in the hospitality industry. Perfect for her. Hello, Gino. George here, South Florida. All right. Have you ever had trouble transferring money from US to the PI? That is my biggest fear if I decide to. I've never had an issue. I've been here 15 years. It's gotten easier now, actually, because my suggestion to people all the time, life after 50, life after 50. My suggestion to people all the time, if you're still in the United States, just make sure you have many ways of getting your money from the U.S. Probably recommend having two banks. Not relying on one bank to open up money remittance to the Philippines. Wise, Remitly, Zoom. There's many ways to get your money here. Getting money here to the Philippines is not. You can use your ATMs here. It's like. Me, I just move my money. I have a check. I have checks that are blank checks from the United States. And I write a check and I deposit it to my dollar account here. That's how I kind of move my money. Now I've been here 15 years, so I have savings account here, savings account, ATM account. So I'm not relying on one bank here in the Philippines. I bank with the Philippine National Bank here. I have a dollar account with them. I have a peso account with them. I bank with Banco de Oro, same thing. I have a dollar account, peso account with them. Dazzle, she banks with Metro Bank. So we bank with three banks because we want three ATMs because there's an issue here in the province sometimes of the ATM machines not working. So it's nice to have three different banks, three different ATMs. So if you got to get money, it's easy for us. Vaughn, cool beans, thank you very, very much. You're welcome. Works for the Department of Health. Yes. Life after. What about mail from the US? Do you use virtual mailbox? I have not gotten a piece of mail in I cannot years. And that's one of what I did. The few mail that's important, I did. How you select online, go green. So instead of getting like I have not seen a piece of mail like paper mail in so long. But I do know people. If that's a concern of yours, I do know people. There's mail services in the U.S. where you pay them monthly, and they'll open your mail, take a picture, send the mail to you. That way, you know what kind of mail you're. But you know, to many, I don't think it's a big thing for many regarding mail. I mean, very unreliable here for mail. That's one thing. The Philippine Postal Service here is very unreliable. So, like I said, I can't even. It's been over a year since I have gotten a piece of mail, and usually it's something from the Department of. Sometimes Social Security sends me a statement. Sometimes the Veterans Administration sends me something, and usually when I get the mail here, it's like 6 months after. It's like I'll get a mail today in June and it's dated December in the U.S. So I don't need anything mail-wise in the United States. I guess because I've been here so long, I know that could be important for you. I'm sure I can research it for you. I'm sure there's people that do it. I can ask friends here on how they take. Oh, JP, this one's perfect. JP's perfect right here. JP just moved here to the Philippines last December. He's been here now for 6 months, going on 6 months. So for JP, he set up Western Union, Remitly, before he came here. Remitly is easy. I've gotten cash from ATM just to see if my bank would react to it. Yeah, so there's many ways. A lot of people, what they do with Remitly, Wise, Zoom, they send money to themselves and then they go to like remittance places here in the Philippines, show their ID, and they get handed in pesos. Rock and Jazz also like yeah, I saw the video. Good ratings from Rock and Jazz. Good morning, Fortune. Morning, Mom. Coffee time for Mom. Coffee time for Mom. The reason I asked is for proof of life when you are receiving Social Security and also credit. Yeah, that could be a problem. Credit card renewals. I know with credit card renewals, a lot of people, when they do that, they FedEx it. You can't, they just use like a FedEx, or they pay extra to get it. They don't trust like like I said, you do not want your credit card going through the Philippine mail system. I know the people, they get their cards here, they use like services in the US. They pay extra like for FedEx. Your Social Security, receiving Social Security, usually that's direct deposit. I don't know if you're receiving a Social Security check in the mail. I would recommend just get that set up with your bank. That way it's direct deposit. Like for me, when I turn 62, I'm eligible for my Social Security. I do not have to go to the U.S. There's a Social Security at the U.S. Embassy here in Manila. And I can have them send my Social Security to a Filipino bank even. I do not even have to use a U.S. bank in the United States. I do have a U.S. bank still, but for Social Security purposes, you can establish a bank account here in the Philippines and have your Social Security sent to a Philippine bank. More people are doing it. It's like, it's not uncommon anymore like it was before. Life. USA phone. When I first got here in 2011, I had Magic Jack. I had a Magic Jack, that VoIP. I connect the phone to my laptop and I could call the US. I kept that for about a year, but now I don't even need it because I contact people. I talk to people all the time on WhatsApp. I use Messenger. And if I do, and I can't even remember the last time I had to call like a institution in the United States, there's always companies where they'll charge you per minute, or my regular phone, Smart or Globe, I can call a US number, but I have not had a US number in like 14 years now. Never really had the need for it because now everybody contacts me through my WhatsApp and my Messenger. Thank you for answering my questions. I am also, hey, all right, lots of Air Force veterans here. All right, representing the Air Force. Thank you for your service, my brother. Derek, make sure you set your Social Security account before you leave into the Philippines. Yeah, good suggestion there, Derek. If you're in the United States and you have, you're starting your Social Security, start it there. Get it all set up before you come to the Philippines. But for us that's here already in the Philippines, I'm not gonna fly to the United States just to start Social Security because they can do it online. They can do a video call with you. I know people have mentioned that they do video calls now. And regarding that proof of life, I'll have to research. I do not want to give you the wrong information right now, but there are thousands of Social Security recipients here in the Philippines. So there's a way to do your proof of life. Like I said, I know the Social Security at the U.S. Embassy, they're doing interviews now. They're doing more online, like on your computer. They're like doing a video call with people to verify information. So they're going high tech, man. That mailing system, that's kind of dated now. Everything's moving towards video call now. Derek, SSA will send proof of life letter to you to your Social Security account. All right. Thank you, Derek. I'm not there yet, so I don't know the process, but I know many people here get their Social Security here. I know many people here get it in the Philippine bank. I have a friend here that lives in the community here. His Social Security goes to Security Bank in Calibo. So I know there's a process. So I'll just follow the process. When it's time for me to file for Social Security, 3 months ahead, they tell me. So 2028, my birthday's August 1st. So July, June, May, around May, I'll go to the embassy or I'll contact them, video call. Hey, I want my Social Security. It's like, and apply for it. So whatever they tell me, I'll just follow, About moving to the Philippines. All right, Goldfinger. I'm going to have to check out the Goldfinger, man. Quadruple 7, not double O. 777. Triple. That's pretty good. I like that handle. Pretty funny, pretty cool handle. Captain Ron and Derek, thank you. All right. There we go. All right, let me, article. Oh, Mayon Volcano, active again, very active again. Mayon Volcano, alert. Residents urged to follow evacuation. If you're within a 6 kilometer of the permanent danger zone near Mayon Volcano, evacuate immediately. Pyroclastic density currents, rock falls, ash emissions. Wear an N95 mask. Wear an N95. You don't want to be breathing. You do not want to be breathing ash that comes down. Use a damp cloth to protect against volcanic ash. Stay indoors during ashfall and keep doors and windows closed. It's amazing how many people I see the ash falling in my own volcano and people are on motorbikes. The people are like in town, you can see them like covered in ash, and I'm going like, man, you gotta be careful with the ash, man. You gotta protect your eyes with the ash. You better wear goggles. That's not just like dust, volcanic ash, there's some elements there that can, you don't want to be breathing that stuff getting in your lungs because that's not going to go away. Carefully remove heavy ash from roofs when conditions are safe. Yeah, you also see that here in the Philippines, people on top of the roof, the ash is still falling and they're trying to clear it already. They're like in a hurry to clear it. I'm like, man, you got to be careful with the ash fall. So Mayon Volcano, very active right now. And what's unfortunate with the volcanoes here in the Philippines, like Mayon specifically, that area where Mayon Volcano is, That's like Typhoon Alley. Man, they get hit with typhoons every year. At least 3 or 4 typhoons hit that area where in Mayong volcano. So that's not a good time for people because that all that ash fall that accumulates, that the typhoon comes, it's gonna turn into lahar. Lahar is kind of like it's like a flash flood, but it's thicker. It's thicker, and it just demolishes everything. Use protective eyewear. All right. So, like I said, you better be wearing goggles and avoid wearing contacts. If you're wearing contact lenses, that ash gets in your eye, man. Could damage your retina and everything. That's like you gotta be. When there's ash falling from the volcano, stay indoors. You should not be going outside during an ash fall. I've had experience with that during Mount Pinatubo. I was in the Philippines for Mount Pinatubo. I was stationed at Clark Air Base, and we had to evacuate the Subic. And when the volcano erupted, June 15, 1991, it's not just the big eruption where it got dark, everything got dark. After that, the volcano kept erupting. And the same thing with Mayong volcano. Mayong volcano has been active now for several months and will continue to be active for the next few months. So that's the thing with volcanoes. It's not like, you get one big eruption and then you're done. It's not like that. With volcanoes, you get one big eruption, then you get like sporadic eruptions that causes problems. Life after 50. Enjoy your day, Gino. Keep up the videos. All right. And that's what I was thinking. I need to focus more on informational videos. That's why I'm gonna try to limit the live streams from now on. That way I can focus. I know I have to. People have been asking me to make a TRICARE video. A medical, maybe a Medicare video. A lot of videos that people have been requesting me. I just haven't had the time to focus on it because for me, the videos that you see us making, like when I walk and I can just talk about a topic, those I don't have to research a lot because I can just think in my head. But some of the information like balikbayan privilege, or if you have a kid here in the Social Security in the Philippines, those kind of issues, I've done them before. But we have so many videos though. It's hard. I know it's hard for people to find them sometimes. We have over 1,000 videos now, so I need to refresh. I need to make the information more current. Do more informational 2026 videos. Like I've done banking. I know I'm banking in the Philippines. I've done banking in the Philippines videos. I need to update that video. Concerning mail, I use the activity. Oh, you're lucky, skating user, that you're using the Subic one, the RAO, the mail there. Costs 400 pesos a month. Not bad for. They send it to me here in Ormoc. Lettered mail takes 1 month to get. Oh, so that's a good. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, skating user. So that's another route. If you can access it from the retired activities office. There's one in Subic, there's one in Angeles City, there's one in Manila, and Cavite. I know those are some of the RAO offices here in the Philippines. Navy Fed. There you go, Daniel, Navy Fed, USAA, Schwab will send your new credit card for 0. All right. Awesome. That's awesome. So right there from Daniel, our good friend Daniel in Cebu City, Navy Fed, all your cards, they'll send it to you, new card from the US. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, Daniel. By the way, the daily rains are not torrential. They are short, light rains, but many times. Yeah, that's the same thing that, the monsoon is like that. It's not like typhoon where it rains all day. You're going to be wet all day. That's why it's hard to predict. It's hard to plan. Like if you're on a motorbike, you're going to have to carry a rain gear because you just never know when the rain will hit. Don't drive any motor vehicles. The ash has fine particles which can clog. See, that's the other thing. Thank you, GP. Thank you for that, man. I didn't even think about that. Not about driving your car in the ash. Air filter. Yeah, it makes sense that we will clog the air filter for sure. Yeah, ash is no joke, man. Ash is like, and then it's hard to get rid of it. It's like you go to Angeles City right now, and you look at like the sidewalks or there's still ash from like the 1991 that fell in 1990. There's like, areas where it's still there. They don't go away. They don't go. They don't go away easy. Howdy to all the Panay Posse from Daniel. Yes, the Expat Information Network is very, very valuable. All right. Thank you, Bon. Thank you, Bon. Derek, a live stream once or twice a week is fine. And you should schedule the live stream. Okay, I'll try to do that. The thing with scheduling, Derek, it's like, I guess I'm retired. I'm retired. I kind of like to just do it, just come on because, to me, when you're retired, when you have a schedule, that whole thinking that, man, that sounds like work. That sounds like work if I have to like schedule the live stream. I have to be here at a certain time. I like it to where, hey man, let me go online at, this time. It's like but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Derek. I should schedule the live stream. Vaughn, hey, thank you. Thank you so much, Vaughn. Let me put a heart on that, man. Thank you so much, Vaughn, for the super chat. I am here for the Expat Information Network. All right. See, I'm learning stuff this morning, man. I'm learning stuff about Daniel, about the cards, Schwab, USAA, and Navy Fed. See, I don't have any accounts with them, so I wouldn't know. But, Daniel, thank you for sharing that information. Henry, oh, what are you doing this morning? Oh, what am I doing this morning? Just having my live stream. Let me see if I have more. So that was Mayon Volcano. That was the article. I'm doing well. Just my morning, one of my morning routines, doing live stream. Not every day, every other day. And now maybe I'm even pushing it more, less live streams. Now, fast food workers want a tip. Oh, wow, fast food. that fast food. Man, I never got a tip working fast food in the U.S., man. Don't think about it as work. Think about it as a public service, Gino. Public service, man, but man, I don't like schedules, man. That's the thing, it's like, that's why I like, where I'm having my coffee, I'm getting up in the morning, I'll do my morning walk, and whatever time I get here, then I go live. If I put a time, let's set 7, then in my head, man, I gotta be there at 7. I gotta be there at 7. RAO, Retired Activity to get US mail is awesome and great information. Checking it now. I've had it before. I know how the RAO. I've used the RAO in Angeles City. But like I said, I don't get any mail. I really don't have any communication anymore in the United States. Even my Social Security statement, I get it online. I log on. Everything I do now, that's VA, what else? With Social Security, everything's online now. It's like I can't remember the last time I got anything in the mail. But I do know that, that important for some. Calibo, okay, I got news for Calibo. The mayor of Calibo, he made an announcement. He said, our new public market in Calibo will open in August. So it's going to open in August. So 2 months, it should be open in 2 months. People have been asking me that, when is this public market going to open? So he made an announcement. The mayor of Calibo says August 2026, finishing date for the Calibo public market. That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to vlog that new public market because it's so modern looking, parking lot even, and a parking lot, that's unheard of here in Calibo, a parking lot for a public market. All right, Vietnam, I have a news item for Vietnam here. Cebu, it says here, they're going to have a direct flight from Cebu to Vietnam, non-stop in Vietjet Air launched non-stop flights from Ho Chi Minh City to Mactan, Cebu. So hey, Daniel, man, if you want to head to while you're there in Cebu, man, if you want to hit to Vietnam, direct non-stop to Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City from Cebu. Very popular. I would say that would be a very popular route. You know, direct flight Cebu here in the Philippines and Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh. Those are like top tourist destinations. That's why I can see why Vietnam Vietjet. I've never ridden Vietjet Airlines. Gonna be flying from Ho Chi Minh City direct to Cebu City. Okay, I'm gonna hit this really quick. I don't get into politics. I don't get into politics in the U.S. I don't get into politics here in the Philippines. But they did have, when was this? June 3rd. June 3rd. Now it's the 5th. So 2 days ago, there was another shift in the Philippine Senate. So there's a new group now in charge in the Philippine Senate. I don't try to get into the Philippine politics because I do understand it. I'm Filipino, so I understand the dynamics, but nothing to worry about. You know, it's like if you're retired here in the Philippines, it's not gonna, whatever happens in Philippine politics, you hear the corruption here in the Philippines, all that stuff, it's not gonna affect your retirement. So to me, not something that, that I do any reporting. Captain Ron, Gino, you might need a break from your retirement. Maybe a trip to a quiet mountaintop with Dazzle. We used to travel more, Captain Ron. We did a lot of traveling, but after my treatments, now there was a time, when I had my cancer treatments, and then till about the first 2 years after my treatments, I really couldn't travel well. It's like I don't have the stamina. It's like now I'm getting back. I'm getting back to my old self. I'm able to walk more. I'm able to do more things. But traveling is just not the thing for me anymore. It's like even like airplane travel, even the ferry travel. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older. Maybe I'm getting older, but I just don't have I'm a patient person, but I just don't travel well anymore. It's like I don't mind driving. I love road trips and I like driving, but anything to do with the ferry, anything to do with airplanes, I don't get excited anymore. I've traveled a lot during my life. It's like. And then here in the Philippines, when you travel by air, by ferry, there's that added stress with that. It's never a smooth process. It's never a smooth process. There's always something at the airports here. It's like, especially if I have to take my vehicle on the ferry. And I've done that enough here in the Philippines. Not easy. It's like. You have to prepare yourself not to get stressed. It's not like in the U.S. where you pay your car getting on the ferry. You pay, you get a ticket, you go on the ferry, you're done, right? Here in the Philippines, man, you gotta go to the Coast Guard to get your vehicle inspected. You gotta show all your documents. Then you go to the port. You gotta wait on the boat, and there's no number. There's a guy that wearing a clipboard, just calling you, waving you. It's your turn. I'm like. It's like there's no order, so to me, it's even the airlines, a lot of times when you fly here in the Philippines, anytime you got to fly to Manila, and it's like not fun, it's a lot of delays. I just don't travel well anymore. But here in Panay Island, I'm fine. It's like I said, if I can drive to it, I can go up to the mountains. I'm a beach person. I'm more of a beach person. I do love the mountains, if I can drive it, But if I have to do any hiking up the mountains, I just don't have the stamina for it anymore. You should take Dazzle for a vacation to Vietnam. Dazzle don't like flying, I took her to Singapore before. We enjoyed Singapore. For me, and I know Dazzle, I know my wife really well. Thailand, Vietnam, those countries, I know she's not gonna be, excited or happy to see it, because to her, if I take her there, this just looks like Manila. It just looks like the Philippines. She would be more excited if I took her to Japan. Riding the bullet train, right? And someday I do want to take her to Japan. I do want to take her to South Korea, because she loves that. She loves Korean drama. She loves everything about South Korea. But the thing, she hates flying, so it's hard for us to travel on an airplane, because Dazzle's scared of riding airplanes. Almost every week, someone tries to start a business in the Philippines. Never. Don't start a business in the Philippines, Daniel. You're retired, brother. Enjoy your retirement. Zero interest. Yeah, that's endless headaches here. If you want to stress yourself and have a headache, start a business in the Philippines. Shohei pitch. I know, man. I saw Shohei, man. Shohei's like 0.074 ERA, man. It's like Shohei's killing it this year. Bond, are you taking about the set? Yeah, anything politics in the Philippines, I don't believe anything. It's unfortunate. It's like, to me, it's hard to know who to believe, and it's a waste of time for me. I look at it, I stay on top of it when people ask me, but I never discuss it on the channel, because to me, it's a waste of time. To me, I'm embarrassed. As a Filipino citizen, I'm embarrassed. It's like these politicians are embarrassing. It's like you're supposed to have educated people, lawyers, people that that you can respect, and it's hard to respect any of them. I'm looking at these politicians here in the Philippines. They're worse than the politicians in the U.S., man. The only business I care about, being retired. Amen, Daniel. Right? That's what you need to focus on, Daniel. It's the business of retirement. If you want a headache, you want to stress yourself, early grave, start a business in the Philippines. Yep, no business for me. Just having fun. Just having fun in the Philippines. We'll do a Japan trip with you and Dad. All right, hey man, it's like I would love that. I would love that, Colonel. We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk more, because I do want to take Dazzle to Japan. I have friends that still live in Japan. I was stationed at Misawa Air Base, and my friend Alan, he's been inviting me. He married a Japanese lady. He's been there. His oldest kids started college in Japan. He's got a. So he's been living there for over 20 years now in Japan. So and I haven't seen him in 20 years. The last time I saw my good friend Alan we were stationed together at Misawa Air Base. All right, let me see here. Let me see if I have any more news. How long? Okay, not too far. Not too far. All right. Oh, I hit all my news items. I don't have any more news items. Let me see if I'm going to hit a topic. I do have a topic prepared. I try to have a topic prepared just in case I run out of news. I run out of items to talk about here. Difficult to get worse than some of the. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's why, Colonel, you know me, man. I don't get into politics, either in the U.S. or Philippines. To me, I'm retired. To me, it's a waste of time. For me, it's a waste of time. It's like my life will go on. It's like without these politicians. They're not affecting my retirement here. As long as they're not affecting my paycheck, my military pension, my Social Security, as long as they don't affect those two things, they can do whatever they want. I am also embarrassed about the Philippines, so maybe I can help without stressing myself too much. Unfortunately, it's hard to find. Most people that I see that involve themselves with politics. Unfortunately, I see it. It's hard not to get stressed. You can tell it from their face. You can, that red face, or like, the tension. That's why I don't even discuss it. Moving to Central Cebu. All right, good luck with the move. Good luck with the move. I'm glad for you, Daniel. And we'll be there till my S is completed. All right, good to hear. At least you're not in Lapu-Lapu anymore. Far, you're going to be in Central Cebu. access to more things in Cebu City. And since we're talking about your move, my topic I want to discuss really quick here, location. Location. It's important here in the Philippines. If you're planning to move here to the Philippines, I cannot stress enough how important it is for the location where you're going to move here. Your life, your happiness here in the Philippines depends so much on your number one, you're Filipina. You know, when you meet the Filipina, that's always going to be number one, wherever that. But number two is your location, where you live here in the Philippines. A lot of people that I've seen that did not like the Philippines or had a bad experience in the Philippines, they just didn't do their research. They went to an area that did not suit their needs. A lot of times, you know, people meet a person online, LDR, long distance relationship. Next thing you know, the expats, foreigners moving in to where the Filipinas from. Man, that is difficult. That is difficult because especially like if you're like a city person, like the gentleman earlier, you're a city person, and now you meet a Filipina that lives in the mountains of Mindanao. Man, that is so drastic, you know. That's hard to like go from living in Los Angeles or New York. Now you're gonna live in the mountains in Mindanao. You know, it's like, to me, I've always told people, you know, get settled here in the Philippines. Don't be such a hurry to meet a Filipina. There's many Filipinas to meet here in the Philippines. Look at JP. You know, JP's here. He met a Filipina already here. You know, Edgar, he's met a Filipina here. You know, everybody that's moved here meets Filipinas here. So to me, no rush, no rush. What's important is find your location where you're going to be happy. If you're a city person, I recommend Iloilo City. If you're a province person, Panay Island, man. Panay Island is awesome. Bohol's another good place here. Dumaguete, I've heard many people happy in those areas. Yeah. Do not pick Metro Manila. You know, if you're stressed, if you don't like traffic, you don't like smog, you don't like pollution, you don't like a lot of people, don't move to Metro Manila just because you're worried about the medical care. You know, you're thinking, well, they got the best medical care in Metro Manila, so I got to live in Metro Manila. You know, to me, find the perfect retirement destination for you. You know, it's like and it's different from all of us. There's not what's perfect for me might not be perfect for you, but what's important is find that location. You know, so important for you to find a location. Hey, thank you so much, Colonel. Thank you for the super chat. All right, put the heart on that. The start of the Japan trip point. All right. I do have a piggy bank, man. I have a piggy bank here, Colonel. Man, and I've been saving, man. I got this piggy bank, and I've been putting like that. Oh man, look at that, 1,000 pesos peeking out. I don't know, Leanna might be. I'm just kidding. But I've been putting 1,000 pesos, nothing but 1,000 peso bills here, and I've been filling up my piggy bank. So this might be my Japan fund right here, man. Vaughn, the good thing about the policy effects are merely local, regional effects. Yeah, it's global. It's great that my source of income not be. Yeah. For most of us, you know, most of the retirees I know here, all of our income is coming from another country. You know, that's why whatever they do in the Philippines politically doesn't really affect us. We're not getting taxed. I always get asked that. Is your income getting taxed? And they do not tax your income here. If you have a pension in the United States, your Social Security in the United States, it does not get taxed here in the Philippines. The only tax you end up paying here in the Philippines, if you open a business, any income that you make here in the Philippines, you have to pay taxes on those. You already pay taxes in the Philippines, you just don't know it. When you're here, the VAT, the VAT, 12%, you pay that on electricity, you pay that on your gasoline, you pay that on food, grocery, you buy a new car, there's a VAT on the Philippines. So you're already paying taxes here. You just Most people just don't realize it. We saw you and Dazzle yesterday, but didn't want to. Oh, you should have interrupted us. You should. I hope your morning is going great. You should have interrupted us. I don't know where you saw. Where did we go yesterday? I'm trying to think where we went yesterday. See, I can't even remember where we went yesterday. I know we went to Numancia to get karinderya. We were on Bumblebee. Did you see us on Bumblebee? We got some food at the karinderya. We didn't want to cook lunch yesterday. Yeah, you can stop us. You know, we're approachable. You know, it's like what you see here is how I am. I'm pretty outgoing. Yes, let's talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, right? You know, to me, you know, it's like, Derek, Lipa City is a good option. Colonel, wow. I like the piggy bank. I know, right? Right, Colonel? You like my piggy bank? All thousand peso, man. It's pretty hefty now. I've been doing this thing for over a year now. So every time I'm like putting like 1,000 peso bills here. I know I got a good amount. I got a good amount in there. Bon, all right, thank you, Bon, so much. Here's Stan for the piggy bank. Gino, thank you so much, Bon. Appreciate that, my brother. And thank you again, Colonel. Appreciate that. I'm gonna be filling up my piggy bank. I'm gonna be filling up my piggy bank, my Japan trip piggy bank. Hey there, big time. Greenwich. Is that that? Oh, okay, we did. I don't think was that yesterday. I thought that yeah we did eat at Greenwich. We ate. I had what did I have? Lasagna. I had lasagna. Dazzle had the chicken and spaghetti. I had the lasagna. I think I had a piece of chicken too. You should have said hello to us. You know, it's like we would have loved to met you. Yeah, Vaughn. Let's. Dazzle got a haircut. That's what it was. Dazzle got a haircut. Just a trim. Not a big. You know, she kept the length of her hair, but she got a haircut at my barber shop. There's like a guy that cuts hair there at my barber shop. At Gems on the second floor. Yeah, Bon. Let's have everyone sponsor. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. All right. So regarding the location, look, you know, to me, I've always said this on our channel. Panay Island, the 4 provinces in Panay, Aklan Province, Capiz, Antique, and Iloilo, it's a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem here in the Philippines. I know many people go to Dumaguete, well worth it. I've been to Dumaguete, really nice. Negros Island, Dumaguete is really nice. I've been to Bohol is really nice. Similar, I would say, Negros Island, Panay Island, and Bohol, similar. You got waterfalls here. You got clean rivers here where you can swim. Like we're talking like super clear, almost drinkable water. It's so clear, right? But we got so many beaches here. You know, like the whole, you know, here in Aklan Province alone. From New Washington, Aklan beaches, Calibo, here in Numancia, Makato, Tangalan, half of the towns here, you're in a beach town. It's like so many areas where you can go swimming. And then we got Boracay Island, and now Panay Island, they're gonna build the bridge. July is the start. July of this year, the Iloilo Guimaras Bridge. They've already done the survey, everything. They've already decided to where the bridge is going to be built. So pretty soon, Iloilo province and Guimaras Island will be connected. And then they're also going to connect Guimaras Island to Negros Island. So just more places. All right, thank you there. Hey there, big time. Everybody's doing it for Japan. All right. And Dazzle wants to go to Japan. I know that interests Thailand and Vietnam doesn't interest Dazzle because she's seen videos, she's seen pictures, and I show her Vietnam and Thailand, and Dazzle go, that just looks like the Philippines. You know, it's like, but when she sees Tokyo, when she sees Japan, it's just impressive. Same thing in Seoul when she sees South Korea. One, although I have not got myself into Panay Island yet, I feel you guys are building a bubble where many of us can thrive there. Yeah, I think so, just because of the friendship. To me, it's so nice. I know, like, people are telling me this. When they move here to Panay Island, when they move to Calibo, or Aklan, or Rojas City, it's nice that we have a group already, that we get together, we go fishing together, we go, karaoke. It's nice that you have that. It's like, I mean, we don't do it often, but when we do see each other, hey, how's life been going? Oh, you got a new girlfriend. It's nice to have friends. I know a lot of expats, when they come here to the Philippines, they say, oh, I don't want to be around expats. That's why I left America. I don't want to be around expats. But to me, if you select the expats, if you're in a good group of expat, it makes it fun. I know for me it's fun. It's like, I have more expat friends than I have Filipino friends, because for me, it's hard for me to have Filipino friends here because I'm retired. A lot of the Filipinos I know here, even my classmates that I went to school for 4 years, they still work. So with the expats, I can, like, hey man, let's go fishing tomorrow. It could be a Tuesday, it could be a Wednesday. Hey, let's go fishing together. We can go. I mean, people, like my classmates, they all work. They got family. They got responsibilities. Us retirees, man, we can just pick up and go. It's like, tomorrow, if I decide, man, let me go to Boracay, see what Mr. Boracay Merle is doing, I can hang out with Merle. It's like, or tomorrow, like, I know Vaughn was thinking of going fishing at Lola's. We can just talk about it at the Canadian Beaver, Vaughn, and then as a group, hey, you guys want to go fishing? And if people say, hey, I'll go fishing, we'll go fishing. So easy for us to do. It's like, for my Filipino friends here, it's not that easy for them to pick up like us. Just do whatever we want since we're free. Where's Khalil? I'm gonna show you guys Khalil real quick. Come on, baby. Ooh. Khalil just got a haircut. Let me see. Oh, look at that, baby. And he wants to go upstairs because I think he can hear Dazzle waking up already. But this is Khalil, 7 months, just got a haircut. Hey there, hey, Mr. Big Time. Nice, and thanks. All right, thank you so much. It's more like the triangle. It's more like the triangle here in Panay. Triangle is a fun shape, Colonel. JP has a new cutie. JP has a new cutie. Had to return an Amazon package. Took us over 45 minutes sitting in traffic to find the DHL. The DHL, okay. That was down an alley in the back of a huge warehouse without a DHL sign. I know, man. That's the thing, like Cebu City, that's another city. For me, I would not want to live in Cebu City just because, for me, it doesn't work. I know many expats live in Cebu City, but me, it wouldn't work for me. I've lived in enough cities already in my lifetime. I prefer, like, the provincial. I prefer peace and quiet is what I value the most now. Let's see. Oh, Khalil's drinking water. I had to, like, look where he went. Vaughn, and then Colonel said, sounds normal, Daniel, sounds normal. On the 14th, after I get my hat ceremony, I can't wait to finally meet you all. All right, it's gonna be fun, man. It's excited to meet you too, Vaughn. At the Canadian Beaver, June 14th for the expat get together at the Canadian Beaver. Khalil, the newest Ewok, he got a haircut, so he's looking less like an Ewok since he got the haircut. He was looking like an Ewok. He looked older before the haircut. Now he looks like a puppy again. Just stopping by to say hi to the community. All right, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. One, the Adventures Co Times. Daniel, all right. Welcome, Tienten. Hey, Castaway Drift, the Duke of Duma, my brother from another, Michael S., the Castaway Drift. He does walking videos in Dumaguete City. If you want to see Dumaguete City live, if you want to see Dumaguete City live, man. I know you might be headed out soon, Michael S. Safe travels, man. Safe travels, my brother. Does anyone know a good fishing spot around Calibo? I tried Puok Port and also by Tigayon Bridge. In Calibo, a good fishing location. I'm gonna have to ask my friend Sparrow. Maybe connect with me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Try to connect with me. Send me a message. I can hook you up with my good friend Sparrow. His name is John Sparrow on Facebook. He's a commercial fisherman, avid, he does all fishing. He works for the mayor of Calibo, actually. He monitors all the fisheries in Calibo. So he knows. If anybody knows the fishing locations in Calibo, it'll be my good friend Sparrow. What's her name, Colonel? Jean. Jean is the and I'm allowed. I got authorization from JP to discuss Jean, JP's new girlfriend. That's the reason he's going to Batangas. Jean works in Batangas, so that's why he's gonna meet up with Jean in Batangas. She works for Epson factory in Batangas. With the factories in Batangas in those areas, they have to sign a contract on how long they have to work there. So her contract doesn't expire till December. So they're gonna do the LDR thing till December. But she's from Antique, so JP's been to Antique a couple of times with Jean. She's ridden. She loves Blue Arrow, so they're perfect. They're perfect for each other. So. Fortune. Good AM, Captain Ron, Mike, the Duke of Duma. Castaway, are you? Not yet. Yeah, he hasn't left yet, but soon. I'll message you on Facebook. All right, message me on Facebook. That's a lot easier than that. But I can introduce you. To my good friend Sparrow, and he knows everything about fishing, man. Sparrow's the guy when it comes to, and he loves fishing. If you like that rod and reel and all that, he has his own boat. So he can take you out there deep sea fishing if you wanted to. Good morning, brother Emilio, my brother in San Diego, California. Where are you going for vacation, Fortune? He is going to Bohol, Panglao, Bohol, man. He's going to have an amazing time in Bohol. He's going to do all the seeing the Tarshir, going to a Baclayon Church, going to like the Enchanted Forest, going to Chocolate Hills, swimming in the caves. Man, he's going to have a great time in Bohol. You'll have to ask JP that, Ron. I know, but not your... For that, no, I got authorization. I got authorization from JP. He told me... I knew about her a while back, but I wasn't like mentioning it on the live stream. But you know, I had lunch. Dazzle and I had lunch with JP and Jean. Had a great time. She's a great person. Great couple. They're gonna have a good time. Together. Monday, my journey of flight start. All right, that's why. Safe travels, brother. We're Antique. Pandan Antique, Fortune. Good morning, Master Fortune. Michael, hope all is well for your family. Yes. we're all praying for Michael, of course. He's one of our brothers. He's my brother from another. I will be keeping you in my thoughts, and don't be surprised if I like message you, just send you prayers while you're in the U.S. He's only going to be gone 30 days to visit family in the U.S. So he'll be back. He'll be back in Dumaguete after 30 days. Bohol, Captain Ron, June 12, 15. Bring the kids. First time for the kids. That's going to be awesome. All right. Oh, Khalil. Let me just take Khalil upstairs. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. I had to take Khalil upstairs. Let me see here. Fortune, me and Chi been there. It's been a while though, right? That's 2002, man. It's changed a lot, Fortune. I know it's changed a lot. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna have fun, man. That's gonna be awesome. Good AM, Emilio. Thank you, Colonel. JP still has, and that was one thing. That was one thing that JP wanted, Captain Ron. He wanted to let you know that Blue Arrow, Aerox 155, he wanted me to mention it because the people asked about the Pogi points. And the reason that JP met Jean was the motorbike. She approached JP and says, "Ooh, you got a nice bike. Can I take a ride on the bike with you?" I mean, Pogi points, man. The Pogi points on the motorbike work. JP is the proof that it works. Paul, hey Paul, hey, my good friend in Iloilo City. Have a great weekend, Gino. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Paul. I know, right? The Blue Arrow Pogi points counts, and that's what the whole thing about the Pogi points. Pogi is handsome. That's a word in the Philippines. Pogi is handsome, and when JP was thinking of buying Blue Arrow, he discussed it with Dazzle, and he was even thinking buying the Barako. And Dazzle told JP, Barako, not high on bogey points. But when Dazzle saw Blue Arrow, the Blue Aerox, Dazzle told JP, very good Pogi points. 9 out of 10 on the Pogi points. So the Pogi points work. For JP. Once there, I was told I needed to go international DHL at the airport. Once we found that one, we had to go 2 checkpoints and a guard had, wow, all that for DHL, man. Fortune, good AM, Daniel. Castaway, I miss my father's passing. Do your thing, good sir. Yes. The adventures continues for Daniel. Thank you. All right. God bless. Michael. We are all blessed. I don't know Gino. I heard there was some family matchmaking going on there. Hey, whatever works, right? Whatever works, Colonel. I mean, I always say a lot of times the matchmaking, a lot of times it's through friends, right? A lot of times the best way to meet your Filipina is through friends. So to me, if you got good expat friends, the expats, their girlfriends, they're gonna have female friends. So usually it's a recommendation. Oh, I think you guys might hit it off. So to me, it's like that's a good way to meet. I asked Jean to lunch. Right, there you go, JB. I asked Jean to lunch in Pandan, and not even halfway through lunch, she asked me to take her on a ride in the mountains. Check that out, man. Look at that. Gee, I mean, it's the Pogi points. I'm telling you, JP, it's the Pogi points. You got the motorbike. And We woke up, JP. We woke up, JP. The Sunny Colonel said, we woke up, JP. Like I said, I got authorization from JP that I knew about them for a little bit already, but I wasn't mentioning on the live stream. But JP told me I can talk about how Gene and JP met because of Blue Arrow. Only to learn close for lunch. They were after all that traveling, Daniel, closed for lunch. The whole trip took 3 hours. It's insane. How not one blogger told the truth about the worst traffic. Yeah, that's why the thing, Daniel, I've always said, it's like Metro Manila and Cebu City, I could not live there. There is no way I can live in those two areas. The traffic there is insane, man. It's like I do not want to lose an hour of my day, like 3 hours in traffic in one day, man. I do not want to lose my life in traffic. It's just not fun. It's like I've been there a couple of times in Cebu City. The mall, I do like the mall, but some of the tourist destinations that I see, but I just could not see myself living there. Maybe in like Mactan, Newtown, the condominiums, right? But I can't afford it. That's above my That's above my pay grade, man. Same thing in BGC. BGC is nice, but I could not afford BGC on my retirement pension. So not for me. And it's good for many people. It's like if you have the money, go for it. It's like a awesome place. But the thing, when I was even talking about this with that couple, that Phil Amp couple, they were considering Cebu or Iloilo City. And I told him, Iloilo City, man. Because in Cebu, okay, let's say you do live in a condominium, nice area, front seeing the ocean. There's going to be days where you're going to have to travel the traffic. There's no avoiding it. Like if you live in BGC, there's going to be days where you're going to have to leave BGC to go to the airport, to go to the embassy somewhere. You can enjoy the bubble, but eventually you're going to have to leave, and then you're going to have to hit that traffic. And to me, I just I like it when I come out of my subdivision here and I see rice fields. I'm driving, I can go to Calibo in 15 minutes. Yeah, there's some traffic with the tricycles, but I'm not stuck in traffic for 1 hour. Maybe it's moving at least, during rush hour, there's a little bit of traffic, but nothing like the traffic in Cebu City or now outside Cebu City would be okay. Like my friend Robbie, he lives in Boal. He likes, I wouldn't mind living in areas like that, but not in Cebu City. Too congested for me. All right, JP, you still got it. JP, he never lost it, Captain Ron. JP has always had it, man. He's always had it. He's never lost it. I think it's great, JP. Cebu traffic is horrible. Thank you, Colonel. I could not drive. I could not drive my car in Cebu City. I wasn't brave enough to drive in Cebu City. That's how crazy the traffic is there. The taxis there, the jeepneys there, they're so aggressive there. And I've been driving here in the Philippines for like 12 years now. I would not dare drive in Cebu City or Manila. BGC is nice, but the traffic is bumper to most of the time. Yeah, right. And then even when you leave BGC, right, Colonel, if you go to Intramuros, if you go to Quiapo Church, Binondo, there's so many good places to see. But man, it's like impossible getting there and impossible to find any parking. Captain Ron, I'll have to get Pogi Points advice from JP. Oh, hey, go for it, Captain Ron, go for it. And JP knows all the in Calibo. He already knows all the motorcycle shops in Calibo, because I know when JP was looking for Blue Arrow, he checked out a few Motor Trade, Yamaha, Honda. He checked out a few dealerships. And he walks Calibo all the time. Second date, we took a long ride north from Pandan along the highway to Buruanga. Oh man, beautiful ride, right? Jeep and back, and we both loved it. Yeah, ocean view. You got mountainous area, like zigzag, zigzag. So, Gene's gonna have to hold on to you, right? You hold on, hold on. And JP's like riding his motorbike. And that's great, JP. Cebu City is yeah. Thank you for Mini Manila, man. It's like I've been there a few times now. Fortune did not like it. Did not like it. Does she sing, JP? It's hard to meet a Filipina here that doesn't sing karaoke. It's like, Merle, I lived in New York for a long time. BGC doesn't excite me once you see the skyscrapers in Manhattan, New York. I love living a simple life here in Boracay. Turquoise water and white sand. From Mr. Boracay, Merle. There's a reason that JP's handle is JP Calibo. JP is the king of Calibo. King of Calibo. He's not the, we now have the Duke of Duma. Now we got the king of Calibo. All right, man. That's pretty good, Fortune. Sheriff Dazzle is the Pogi evaluator. All right, she's the one that rates the Pogi points, right, JP? I'm looking for sing tricks to help me with my karaoke. Amazon says out. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that sing tricks. You don't need it. You don't need it, Colonel. You sing fine, Colonel. Out of stock. Hey Joel. Cebu City has a shakedown rack. Cops moved the one-way sign, and if you take the road, they are way. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me. I'm sure Metro Manila's got the same thing going on. It's like they confuse you with a one-way road, and then the minute you make a mistake, it's gonna cost you some money. JP, she sang to me one night after we each had see, man, it's like, so I know she got karaoke game. I know she got karaoke game, JP. If she sang to you while having a red horse. Ride on Merle. Made over 20 trips from Lapu-Lapu, Mactan to Cebu. Lapu-Lapu has far worse traffic than Cebu. Even all the drivers, taxi grabs say Mactan area worse than Cebu. Okay, good to know. Thank you for that, Daniel. Thank you for that. And one of the things when I was there, I didn't drive the whole time I was in Cebu. So every time Dazzle and we've been in Cebu, we rode a taxi. They're not cheap, man. They're not cheap. Like if you're like, let's say at the mall, on the Oceanside Mall, and you want to get to Mactan area of Cebu, man, it was like 600 pesos one way. I was like, dang, man, these taxis are expensive. Like Daniel's saying, man, it's going to cost you like thousands of pesos running around in Cebu in a taxi. In Iloilo City, pretty much in Iloilo City, I might spend at the most 150. Most of the time, under 100 pesos, getting me to like different parts of Iloilo City. Cebu cops learn from Manila cops. They learn from Manila cops, Fortune. I do know in Iloilo, I know that there's one area on the diversion road by Burger King. There's a left turn there on the light. And there's always like traffic police sitting there, it's like, and they always catch somebody. They always catch people running the red light. I guess it's red already and they still going, or sometimes they're on the wrong lane making a left turn. Here's the left lane that's got the arrow, and they're on the right side of the left turn lane, and they'll cut, and they always get caught there on the diver. There's always traffic cops sitting there. Karaoke is for fun, Colonel. Okay, Colonel knows all about karaoke, man. I'm not worried about the Colonel on karaoke. I've heard the Colonel sing. He's fine. I miss hanging out with you, Kuya Gino. spend the weekend here again. You can blog here while I'm in the background. Haha. All right. Well, I'll see you. I mean, Merle is gonna head with us to the Canadian Beaver. He's gonna take the van from Katiklan to Numancia, and he's gonna ride with me and Dazzle to the Canadian Beaver. The Colonel Daniel, come back to Iloilo. Still traffic, but a motorbike solves most of it. Oh, Daniel will be back, Colonel. Once Daniel finishes the SRRB, he'll be back here in Panay. And Iloilo is what, he's gonna try, I think, Calibo, but I think eventually he'll end up in Iloilo. I'm thinking Daniel probably end up in Iloilo City, maybe even Rojas City, just because he's coming from Florida. He likes the beach, he likes fishing. But Iloilo's got the river, right? They got Iloilo River to fish, man. They're catching big fish in Iloilo River now. Just trying to make my tolerable. You're good, Colonel. You ain't got to worry, man. It's all for fun. It's all for fun. All right, I'm at the 2-hour mark. I'm going to end the live stream right here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live stream. And thank you so much for the super chats, Colonel Vaughn. The other person, I forgot the other person that did the super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. God bless, Castaway Drip Michael. I will make the most of my few days here until I come back. July. All right. Take care always. And my prayers are with you, brother. It's like I'll be thinking about you. Like I said, I'll shoot you a text. Don't worry about answering it. I know you got a lot of things going on, but I'll be praying for you, my brother. My shortest ride to Cebu was 40 minutes, and the 3.5 hours in Cebu, man. Endless fun. Damn, man, that is a long, man. I can, from my house, Daniel, I can end up in Iloilo City in 3.5 hours, and you never left the city. You're in the same city, man. That's just horrible. No doubt we'll be in Panay. Take care. All right, take care. Safe trip, Mike. Safe trip, Michael S. For sure. God bless everyone. God bless, Bon. If you want South Korea, we can make that happen. Was there total 5 years? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I was a Suwon. In South Korea, near Seoul. Will be my forever home, Panay. There you go, the Panay Posse, Panay, the home, the future home of Daniel. Thank you, brother Gino. All right, Merle. See you soon, man. We'll head to the Canadian Beaver. Colonel, how are the goats doing in the hot weather? I've seen the goats. They're like, with this hot weather, they're kind of ducking down in the shade. they're chilling in the shade, Captain Ron. All right, take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the live stream again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are.